Magnificent conditions here in the Harbour City this afternoon, and a real pressure game for North Melbourne. The Swans never easy to beat up here. Rock gets first possession, can't do much with it. Opportunity for Martin, flips the ball out. Now where's he playing? One would presume at the moment not at full back. McGrath, a high kick. North Melbourne going from right to left in the first quarter, and Ramiro chips in to take a very good mark. Actually hard to judge, that was pretty high.
Martin is playing on Mark Bays.
Shocking kick though. He really kicked that right across his body and hooked it badly, and a good mark taken by Dennis Carroll. And the ball kicked up by Mackenzie. He seems to have been around this club for quite a few years now, and if my memory serves me correctly, did wear a number in the 30s.
Well, he was cut last year, Peter, and he got back into the club in the March draft. So he's one of those staunch clubmen that all clubs need.
They certainly do, Don, especially in this day and age when, with the draft, loyalty seems a thing of the past. Stevie Wright, speaking of stalwarts, has given sterling service to the Sydney Swans, knee South Melbourne. Missed by Mitchell, picked up by Wright. Kicks down to half forward over the head of Love. Pretty good effort to mark the ball in front of Ross Smith. Couldn't do so, and there will be a boundary throw in about 65 metres out from goal.
Well, he'll be anxious to impress today, Jason Love, against his old side. Playing half forward, and a real goal sneak.
Right half forward for the Swans. Boundary throw in. McKenzie gets it down to Love. Williams. Handball Bolton. Further to Tunbridge. Schwass has got the football, and he's been legged by Tunbridge. So Wayne Schwass will take the free kick just behind the centre. Lovely looking kick by Schwass. Centre half forward. No mark taken back there. Now there's a chance here for Athorn. Left foot kick by that player. Swans have got the numbers. Getting across there brilliantly was Lewis. Had to run about 30 metres. Gathers the ball wide at half forward. Hooks it across his body. Up towards full forward. No mark taken. McRae defends stoutly for North Melbourne and kicks it across centre half back. And the mark is taken by Schwass. It plays on quickly. Another good kick by that player. Up to half forward. But two North Melbourne players flying for the mark. The man on the ground picks up the crumbs. It's Stevie Wright. Runs up towards centre wing. Hooks the ball back in towards the centre. And Mitchell missing it because of the sun.
Yes.
And the ball picked off there by Anthony Rock.
Rock's kick up towards half forward. There's a problem we haven't had in Melbourne in recent times. Tunbridge. Higgins runs into trouble. Loose ball still to be won. Or Carroll gets taken high. Nothing for it. Play on, says the umpire. Still 50 metres out from goal. The ball paddled forward. Chance for Longmire. Gets it back to Adelson. Snapshot at goal will be the first score. Looks pretty good. The goal umpire says full points. To North Melbourne. The Kangaroos leading 1 goal. Sydney Swans yet to score. The centre's a lot firmer than the Western Oval yesterday, believe me. Barry Mitchell now with the chance after he couldn't take that mark before. Long kick. First score to Sydney, 1 behind over the head of...
Towards half forward. Nearly gathered there by Ramiro. Coming in as German, handballs it back to Ramiro. Off the left foot, he kicks it towards the forward pocket. No one can control it. Rock gathers the crumbs. Awkward ball there for Mackesy. Crocker, Mitchell, Chandler into the action. Dives on the football. Larkin, caught, gets the hand pass away. Back towards the forward pocket. Mitchell, now a chance for Kelly. Handball to Gallagher. Gallagher onto the left foot. Awkward looking kick up towards full forward, but a great mark taken there by Longmire.
Chandler hurt.
And Chandler is down, and he is not too good at all, Peter. He is very, very groggy.
Longmire has the ball about 25 to 30 metres out. There's Jeff Chandler in the hands of the trainers as Longmire shoots for goal. North second. Lovely kick by John Longmire. Goal umpire didn't move.
The replacement, Schwass. Crowd says holding the ball. It's going to be a free kick to Sydney. Doolan. Well, Brayshaw could have been hanging on to Nettlebeck there, and he just carts it through for 1 rushed behind.
And Chandler may have a broken bone somewhere in an arm or a collarbone or something.
He looks a little concussed, Robbo, doesn't he?
Well, he was holding that left arm, favouring the left arm as he came off with the doctor.
And Cameron Williams might have some news for us shortly. Lewis, a real class player for Sydney. Oh, going to be a star. Not if he kicks it like that, though.
It's a shocking kick, wasn't it? Very lackadaisical. He's looking for Jason Love, but why didn't he go back for his kick?
Yes, the eyes look a little glassy.
Steele's now got the job on Williams, number 7 for North Melbourne.
Larkin, kick smothered. McGrath and Love. Smith running at it. Brayshaw taken down by Nettlebeck, holding the ball. No, says the umpire.
There was absolutely nothing that the North Melbourne player could do there, and the umpire's done the right thing. Umpires today, Darren Goldspink and Brian Sheehan.
So a bounce. We haven't seen too many of those in Melbourne again recently. Snapshot for the Swans taken by Kelly. And that's their third behind in succession. So opportunities going begging as Brayshaw again prepares to kick in. 9 points the difference. Cameron Williams may have some news on Jeff Chandler. What's the problem?
Peter, Jeff Chandler took a bad bump to the back of the head, and the doctor has some concern that he might have a mild concussion. They're just taking him through some tests now to see if he can take any further part in the game.
Craig Scholl takes the mark, a little bit short of right half-back flank.
Nice kick by Scholl towards centre wing. 2-on-1, falling over Lewis. German trying to get possession. The ball clean bowls 2 or 3 players. Doolan tries to get it to Williams, but Murphy's there to help out. Murphy's kicked towards half forward, and the mark has been taken by Love.
Well, there's nobody in the goal square.
But Jason Love, oh, it's not a bad kick. It's a beautiful kick by Love. And North Melbourne get the ball out of the centre, up towards centre half forward. Tap over by Carey, right tackled by Rock. German's a chance, just gets the kick away. Mark taken by Aythorne.
Aythorne, quick hand pass onto the run of Lewis. And that's a much better kick. Up towards Love again. Smith got the job of minding him. Love, a real goal sneak, kicked a ripper against Hawthorn from the pocket. Mitchell's hand pass put his teammate there, Lewis, under pressure and fairly soccers the ball out of bounds.
Again, a good effort by Love.
So throw-in to take place, 40 metres from Sydney's goal, 17.5 minutes left in this quarter. Mackenzie and Fairley. Good tackle by Smith, holding the ball.
Oh, that's dynamite.
Ross Smith to take the free kick against Love. Gallagher punches the ball down, and North Melbourne getting the free kick. It'll be taken by Carey. Good to see him back in the side. And almost a mark. In fact, that should be a mark taken by Darren Crocker. Right on the boundary line on the outer side. Long way from goal. Good 2 kicks to score from there. Into the pocket, Longmire. Couldn't take the mark. Rock out of bounds. Good tackle, Kelly.
It's a feature of the little fellow's game, the way he can run onto a pack, Anthony Rock. He did it well in the interstate game between Queensland and Victoria.
So boundary throw in again. Gallagher up high, chance for Ramiro, a real goal sneak. And this time he's off target and registers only one behind.
With Warwick Kappa getting a few kicks, playing in centre half forward. The kick in by Mackesy goes to that far half-back flank area. Cordy left it behind. Chance now for Murphy. Nearly got away with it. Chipping in there is Scholl. Scholl's kick towards full forward. No mark taken. Players jostling. Good tap on. Rock. Ramiro. Ramiro's snapshot for goal. He's hooked it a little too far. And as distinct from a North Melbourne 2-2, lead the Swans 1-3. And again, Mackesy, you said he was dropped off the list, Don.
Cut last December.
They haven't got that many numbers, have they, that they can afford to drop a player who can play senior football? No comment. Schwass marks from half-back. And kicks it back in towards full forward. Swans may get out. Oh, Bolton's put his teammate under enormous pressure there. Longmire kicked about 8 goals here at the Sydney Cricket Ground in the State of Origin. Handball goes away. Bolton pushed off the ball by Crocker. Very determined Darren Crocker. Chipping in as Mitchell. Overruns the ball. It was awkward. Doolan sweeping hand pass. Williams, lovely to Doolan. Doolan pushed in the back, but he gets the kick 40 metres towards half forward. Love overruns it under good pressure from Smith. Gets a little kick to it. Martin will let it go over.
But as we mentioned earlier, a very good club man.
50 metres from the Swans' goal, picked up by McRae, and that's all he did with the ball, though, was pick it up. Kelly gets a hand pass away to Murphy. That was ineffective, both over the line. And the North Melbourne bench, a little bit cool in the shade at the moment. The Swans in attack, though, picked up by Mitchell. Nettlebeck nearly, can he go off the ground? He can't, the ball bounces the wrong way again. Rock marks in front of Mackenzie. Just up from the back pocket. Wasn't really a very long kick. Player making position on the boundary line is Wayne Schwass. Kick number 5. He's doing well. Kicks to centre wing. Mark taken by Carey. He decides to play on. Gets the hand pass back from Gallagher. Attempted smother by Carroll, ineffective, to the left half forward flank. North through Ramiro from Crocker. And I think that might have been a throw.
Yes, it was. Maybe 50 metres as well, boys.
Well picked up, Don.
Greg Williams is amazing, you know. He knew when the umpire, even before the umpire made that decision, he was right onto that, Greg Williams. He knew he was going to get the free kick, and then straight away nearly umpired that situation with the 50-metre penalty.
Great player, Brownlow
medalist.
medalist.
His thinking, Pete. You know, his thinking is just enormous.
Williams kicks to space. Bays, Martin, Kelly goes backwards with the hand pass and finds Leon Higgins a real chance for the Swans now.
And Higgins kicks high into the pocket. Doolan's a chance. Can't mark. McGrath there. Doolan still left the ball behind. McGrath, good persistence, and the ball over for a throw-in about 55 metres here in Sydney, weather-wise, and terrific for football. Kelly, left foot kick by that player, close to the line, goes over in front of Anthony Rock, so we'll have another throw-in. Anthony Rock, one of the key players for North Melbourne if they're to continue with their form for season 1991. Martin at the back. Fairley being forced to do the ruck work. Chipping in there is Murphy. Murphy's kick to full forward. No mark taken. Against Nettlebeck, yes. And the free kick will go back there to Brayshaw. Advantage is paid. McGrath comes away with the football. Kicks it out in front of Ramiro. Stevie Wright, the chaser. Ramiro goes back to Schwass. Back in turn to Ramiro, who ran on nicely and made position for that hand pass. The kick to full forward. No mark taken. Dennis Carroll gathers it and is forced to kick with the left foot, but it's going to be all right because Mitchell takes a good mark. The floating ball in front of his face. Off to Bolton. Bolton from 50 metres, may even score. The kick ordinary. Into the goal square. Nettlebeck can't handle it. Just a little tap on. Opportunity for Bays, but chipping in is Fairley, and Fairley will clear for North Melbourne. The kick, ordinary. The harassing work was good. Kelly's hand pass. Back to Mackenzie. Mitchell's left foot kick to the front of the goals. Nettlebeck can't mark. Still a struggle for possession. And the kick is by Love. And he misses to the right.
3 points the difference. Ross Smith in the back pocket. Long kick to centre wing. Plenty of space out there. And leading into it well to take the mark is Carey. Rock. Rock from left centre wing. North Melbourne's chance to do the attacking. Mackenzie taps down. Stevie Wright gets the hand pass. Lewis kicks away. Kicks up towards the centre square. And only Sydney in the band there. Higgins taking the hand pass. Still in the centre square. Long kick. Magnificent hoof.
Oh, good.
Now, is that a mark to Nettlebeck inside the line? I think it is. He's played on. Good team play. Mitchell, 30 metres out, stabs at goal and gets it. It's 2-5. Plays 2-2. Under 11 minutes left in this term, and things hotting up, literally and figuratively as well. Gallagher loses out to Tunbridge. And again, the importance of getting the ball out of the centre. David Murphy illustrating it perfectly. Long kick and gets the goal.
I think he might be playing on the ball, Don, isn't he? Is he in that centre bounce there?
Well, he is now.
Usually a winger. Ramiro comes away but leaves the ball behind. Still a struggle for possession. Good play by Tunbridge. McGrath stands his ground and gets his kick away up towards half forward. Running with the flight of the ball back there was Mackesy, and he did it pretty well, Darren Mackesy. The advantage is paid. It was a free kick to the Swans. Carroll's kick is a great kick and finds Williams at half forward. And the clever centre man kicks it into the full forward area, punched away by that North Melbourne defence. And Mark Bays taking the ball over. Mark Bays came off the ground last Saturday out at Windy Hill, and I believe was suffering from a hip injury. So maybe he might be a little questionable about fitness.
He's pulling a lot of changes. Now Athorn, who was on the ball, has gone back and picking up Peter German. Kelly's come up onto the ball. Mitchell off the ball for Sydney.
Boundary throw in, right forward pocket for the Swans. Steele kicks it back out of trouble for North Melbourne. And swooping on the wide ball was Peter German. German's kick Up towards the wing. Crocker and Mackesy. Surely a free kick to Crocker. And now it's a boundary throw-in. I don't believe it. He was held when he didn't have it.
On 2 occasions.
And allowed to get away with it. Boundary throw-in. Ruckman jostling. German. Now Ramiro. Just can't quite handle that ball, Jose. Again let go. Held when he didn't have it. McKenzie kicks the Swans up to within scoring distance. Punched back towards Murphy. High over the top was Steele. Now a chance for Ramiro. Gets that left foot to the ball. Kicks it wide. Mackesy and Crocker. Mackesy taps it towards the boundary line. It may go over before Darren Crocker can do much with it. And we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing.
8.5 minutes left in the term. Darren Mackesy trots back to his position, which is not centre wing, but that's where the ball is. Gallagher and Tunbridge. Bucks go at it. Picked up by Kelly. That's pretty close to the boundary line. In fact, make a correction. It's over. So free kick to North, short of left centre wing.
I think the reason there's so many changes is that obviously the Swans have got certain people on certain North Melbourne players.
Well, what they're trying to upset to is North Melbourne. Mitchell just there missing the ball.
Taken high.
Getting the free kick now. McRae's got him now. McRae becomes a loose man. Ramiro's supposed to be picking him up. So there's a little bit of ducks and drakes going on as far as the players shifting and changing.
Attempted mark by Brayshaw off the ground, Lewis. That was also not successful. Fairley, McRae, Nettlebeck. That'll go close. Oh, it's a goal.
Swans off to an excellent start. They lead by 15 points. Tunbridge High really couldn't get his hand to the football. Swans a chance to get clear again. Doolan, Williams, handball. Look at that. Gives Mitchell a chance to run onto it. Long kick by Mitchell is a behind. 1 goal, 2 to Barry Mitchell. Boundary throw in right half forward for Sydney.
I think the good thing about Williams at the moment, Robbo, he seems to be moving well. There was some suggestion he was under an injury cloud, but at the moment, no suggestion of that today anyway. This is Martin on the wing. He's not playing there, but at half back at the moment. Gallagher slaps the ball out wide. See Stevie Wright get a handle on it. His hand pass wasn't particularly good. Aythorne to Mitchell. Lands inside 52 on 1. Nettlebeck has it. Well, he wasn't in front. Fairley had the front position.
It's a good mark. He kept his eye on the ball. Fairley
from left back pocket. Gallagher the target on centre wing. Fisted away from him. Opportunity for German. Good long hand pass to the busy Ramiro and also the speedy Ramiro. Not a good hand pass.
Messed that up.
Yes, chipping in well. Leon Higgins.
This bloke kicks it a million miles.
Good kick on the run. And finds Nettlebeck still inside the square, looking for options, and Bayes had turned his back on it. And that gives his opponent, Martin, the opportunity. So it's a North Melbourne ball, a turnover that Kinnear would not have been happy with. Scholl out to Allison. Higgins. And he's taken the ball over the boundary line. And
ball from Nettlebeck really wasn't necessary.
Tunbridge taps down. Williams in everything so far. Lewis. And again, he's kicking, letting him down. He kicks to half forward. Chance for Love. Inside 50. Can kick long. Low trajectory kick is off target, though, so Sydney wasting opportunities. And one behind.
Ball aggressively. It's good to see he's leading Ross Smith to the ball. Ross will just have to tighten up.
11 scoring shots to 4 in the first term, and we've still got 5 minutes left. So the Swans would be pretty happy with this start. North Melbourne have a few concerns. The kick in has been marked by Rock. Deep in that back pocket. Short kick. Really not much percentage there, but fortunately for North Melbourne, Craig Scholl takes the mark at half back. Kicks it high. Back in towards the centre. Carey. Tap on by Aythorne. Chance for Williams to get into it. No, Murphy. Handball chopped off. Scholl. They were a real chance then, the Swans. Kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Picking it up as Allison. Short kick in towards full forward. And the mark is taken by Longmire. Good play, Brett Allison. Could have had a ping at the goals, but gave it to the key forward.
There were some bad mistakes there. Number one, David Murphy trying to get onto his right foot. If he could put it on his left, he would have got the ball down quicker. And Mackesy caught behind, should have punched the ball.
Longmire, distance no problem. Accuracy is there as well.
goal kickers for North Melbourne, and the Swans have been shared. Mitchell, Love, Murphy and Nettlebeck. Under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Been a very entertaining one. Good football from both sides. After we saw out at the Western Oval yesterday, Robbo and myself, a real mudslog, I think, might be the best way to describe it. This is Steele, who started on the bench. He replaced the injured Chandler, who was concussed in about the first 10 minutes of play. Ball out towards Crocker. And there's a whistle on play, and the advantage is paid. It's a North Melbourne kick. Ramiro pretty busy at the moment. Well, gee, was Longmire being held there? Obviously not. The umpire says play on. It's a Sydney free kick anyway, to be taken by Leon Higgins. Kelly, yes, second attempt. Bolton, met by Schwass. Still keeps going, so does Stevie Wright. Kicks to the right half forward flank, and good defence down there by Ross Smith.
Schwass has lost his boot. It's the second time he's had a problem with his boot early in this game.
So boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Sydney Swans in attack. Tunbridge taps down. Ross Smith from a standing start. High kick to the centre wing position, and Gallagher pinches it over the top. Tries to play on, does so, did well in the end, the big fella. This is Allison, and Ramiro everywhere at the moment. Jose Ramiro too far out to score. Longmire will be his target. Cordy wearing him pretty closely at the moment. Not close enough.
So it was well done by Longmire. Put his arms out, feeling Cordy. Just restricting Cordy in the movement for the ball. Watch this, there's the hands out. And then gets away. It was well done.
Actually, his body strength has improved, hasn't it, as he's got older?
He's got 2 straight so far. He's now got 2-1. He's hooked it like an Ian Robertson 3-on.
An 18-point advantage for the runs it. Handball comes out in the direction of Higgins. Shrugs the tackle, gets the handball away. Chance here for Rock. Bumped off the ball, but he went after it with determination. Handball away to German, tackled by Mitchell. Handball from Rock goes to Schwass, and player loose in the pocket was Carey, but the kick a little too high for that player, and the Swans defence able to rush it over the boundary line. Left forward pocket for North Melbourne, just over a minute left, so the Kangaroos are a chance to score here. The ruck contest very important. Trying to get the front posse was Gallagher. Good tap down. Running into it, Ramiro, and Ramiro misses.
An excellent tap down.
Down side here at the SCG. Crocker. Lewis. Good tackle, Schwass. Williams. Crocker cannons into the back of him. Williams did well to get it to Lewis and turned to Kelly. Kelly to Bolton. Shaw almost grabbed him. Back to Williams. Dummied the hand pass. Kicks long. And knocked to position. Brayshaw, McRae in front of Nettlebeck. North defending well. They've been busy down there. Bays. Oh, good work, Scholl. If Bays had taken the mark, I think he could have just about kicked that. Scholl gives it over to German. German from right centre wing. Up towards Carey. Tunbridge, who did so well against Hawthorn. Back towards Aythorn. We'll give it to Kelly. Dummied the hand pass, thought about
good tackle, great tackle.
Dennis Carroll. Oh, there's a wall of North Melbourne players there. Back to Aythorn, and that's a good kick. Brayshaw almost one-handed. Backup support from Ross Smith, runs into Doolan. Going through Brayshaw, gets the hand pass eventually, cannons into the feet of Williams. Clock ticking down to quarter time, and in fact there is the siren for quarter time. In favour of the home side. Tunbridge, or Larkin applies a good tackle, and the ball subsequently spilled free. Lawson gets his first touch, but is not going anywhere with it. And again, we will see a bounce.
I think Kinnear would have been concerned about Ramiro's possessions in the first half.
Had a lot, Robbo, didn't he?
And Bolton would have the job of tagging down there in that back pocket, playing on Jose.
Played particularly well. Rucks go at it again. Gallagher wins this time. But Dennis Carroll's in the road. Carroll, short kick to the edge of the square, finds Martin. Martin charges his way through. Didn't come out with the footy. Mitchell over to Aythorn. Aythorn kicks to half forward. Nettlebeck underneath it. Brayshaw takes the mark. Push out.
No.
Certainly a bump there.
Nettlebeck would be about 50 metres out, maybe just a little bit more for this kick at goal.
We saw a few of these yesterday.
Don Scott, comments?
Yes, well, obviously the umpire's using those now. And Nettlebeck, I'm impressed with him on the forward line. He was all at sea a little bit when playing on the back line earlier in the season, but been very impressive today.
He's kicked 1 goal, 1 already, or kicked 1 goal and had a hand in another, I should say.
Good kick.
He's got the distance and hits the post. So he's now got 1 goal, 1.
I'm sorry, for Sydney against Essendon.
Kick in comes towards the near side half-back flank area. Trying to crash his way through there was Crocker. Fairly rather. Now it's Anthony Rock kicking North Melbourne up towards half forward. The ball gets through to the back. Carey's going to have a simple shot at goal. The kick falls in short and Neil Cordy will clear. Carey maybe thought he was going to be tackled and the kick wasn't quite as good as he would have liked. Doolan gathers. The handball has been smothered. Schwass read it. It was telegraphed there by Ben Doolan. Kick out on the full. He's appealing for. Ball clear of the packs. Ramiro's short kick to full forward is good. Longmire, too much space there. And he marks about 25 metres out. So John Longmire, who's kicked 2, taking his total to 79 for the season, has a chance to kick his 3rd. Good pass by Ramiro. Longmire shot for goal, and he makes no mistake. 80 goals, John Longmire. 3 goals so far today. Chance now for Mackenzie to get the ball back to Lewis. Lewis will kick the Swans up towards half forward.
And then a quick reply if they can get one. And Lovers lost his boot, so he went for a hand pass. It wasn't a good one to Barry Mitchell, who has his kick smothered by McGrath, who then hacks it out of midair. And Mackenzie takes a mark. It's met late by Gallagher. Mackenzie just off the edge of the centre square.
A lot of players are losing their boots. Mackenzie's lost his now.
Martin. Maybe they brought the wrong boots on for this surface, did they?
Well, no, he's got the moulded soles on, which he'd wear today, but it's a low cut and they're coming off.
Crocker runs into Mackesy. That could be 50. And will be. And on this ground, 50-metre penalties, Don, can be pretty costly, can't they?
And it's right on the 50, so he'll let it go from about 55 metres out. Darren Crocker
goes for the big one. Oof. Ramiro won't get it. Mitchell gets there first. Long mark, and he make it 4. And there's plenty of Swans there. Cordy will need to try something.
Well done.
And the only option he can see
can become quite slippery.
Mackesy kicks out and Doolan takes the mark. Now he's got Aythorne running for him. Umpire says play on. Doesn't see Aythorne, who was on his own. Martin at the back waits for it. North go forward again. Rock on the end of the chain of hand passes. German centres it well. Rock moving beautifully downfield. Longmire again going for goal number 4.
That was well done by Peter German. Getting that ball back across his body to Rock, who in turn spotted Longmire.
Well, the way that ball's delivered, it wouldn't make much difference, I guess, Don, who was on him. John Longmire going for number 4 and a chance to put North Melbourne back into the lead. And he has goal.
Warning, warning.
Hit the front, and a kick out of the centre by McRae was determined stuff. Up towards full forward, Longmire has the footy, tries to break the tackle, successful. Gets it to German, German's kick. North have got the numbers, 2-on-1. Surely they can do something out of this. No, it's hurried through. For Lewis in front, Crocker from behind, a big punch was a good one. Ramiro gathers it nicely. The kick towards half forward, but a good mark taken back there by Dennis Carroll. Handball away, Bolton kicks with the left foot wide. Higgins in front, can't mark. Punched away by Scholl. Gathered by Crocker. Scholl's run beautifully. Inside 50, Craig Scholl may go for goal. No, he kicks it across the face. And it goes out on the full in the left forward pocket for North Melbourne, and the free kick will be taken back there by Tunbridge.
I think he could have done a little better with that kick. He could have brought it more back into the centre. Allison was by himself. He had plenty of time to steady too then, Craig Scholl.
Mitchell's kick from half back. Gatherers by Lawson. He's caught. Still got the football underneath him. Somehow gets it out to Aythorne. He's caught. Handball away. Chance now for Murphy. Handball back. All Swans players under pressure. Aythorne's kick to half forward, and a good mark taken by Fairley, who I feel is an underrated player in AFL. Kick in towards the centre, but Lewis reads it nicely and chips in and takes the mark for Sydney.
Lewis at midfield. Sydney looking for a goal. Oh, Bays Gets clear of Martin this time. He could kick this. He'll get the distance. Magnificent roost. Great shot. Full points. This goal, Sydney's first this quarter. They've kicked 1-1. The other shot was a poster by Nettlebeck earlier in the term. They haven't had too many opportunities since then, though. North Melbourne doing it well. Maybe that's the scoring end. Ball out towards centre wing and Crocker. Towards Longmire again. Carroll goes with that educated little shot to the boundary line. Rock was there to intercept it, but
Just got in his eyes.
we're not used to that in Melbourne in the last few weeks. Gallagher tried for Larkin, couldn't get him. Going through, Mitchell, Rock takes the ball over the boundary line.
Interesting comments from the crowd down there, Don, as the boundary umpire throws the ball in. They've picked up that there's a big grunt by the boundary umpire as he throws the ball in.
Well, he's working overtime today. Mitchell nearly caught with the ball underneath him. Back it comes to Crocker. Crocker's hand pass. Well, not a particularly good one. Put his teammates under pressure. Kelly applies a tackle on German and has won the footy.
See, that's a rough decision, isn't it? When the player making the play gets caught.
Yeah. Bolton. Over to Aythorne. McRae. Schwass nearly caught.
Doolan
had him.
was sweating on him.
Well, the crowd looking for a holding the ball decision there too.
One guy gets penalised down here by umpire Brian Sheehan, and umpire Darren Goldspeak further up the field elects to bounce the ball. That's where the players find it difficult, I'm sure.
And it is being bounced at midfield. Rucks go at it. Sydney ball. Love outmarked. Fairly. Last time he had a kick, he kicked it straight to Lewis. Let's see what he does this time. Carroll getting underneath it. Longmire at the back. The ball punched away. Tunbridge goes for the hand pass to Kelly.
Kelly, good vision. Nicely weighted kick, but Mitchell's under pressure by Jose Ramiro. Playing the ball in front of himself, then gives the hand pass to Lawson. This man is very, very quick over the 25 metres, and he gets the kick away to half forward. Martin punched, and he made it pretty obvious, and umpire Goldspink awards the free kick to that vigorous defender for North Melbourne, Michael Martin. 15 3/4 minutes left in the second term. The scores, Swans lead by 2 points, 5-8 to 5-6. Up to half forward, players still having trouble with the sun. Handball comes clear. Here's Doolan. Have a look at him. Thick set, and not a bad kick on this occasion to half forward, but it breaks down. Chance now for Brayshaw to kick it clear across half back. It's picked up by Scholl, and Scholl kicks North Melbourne to half forward. High flyers required, but no, standing his ground and marking brilliantly is Higgins. Puts himself under a little bit of pressure. Determination by Larkin. Hasn't had many touches. Now a chance for German. Bumped as he kicks. Up towards half forward. Swans have got the numbers 3 on 2, and coming away with the football is Carroll. Lovely hand pass. Aythorne. Not bad vision there to Kelly. Kelly's kick is very, very ordinary. Up and under, wide. Bounces awkwardly. Schwass is there when it comes down, and Wayne Schwass kicks North Melbourne into the forward pocket where it will beat that player, Wayne Carey, and go over.
Crocker put on him and turned the ball over.
Tunbridge to Murphy. He's not going anywhere. Neither is Rock. Ball finally comes out of the pack. North Melbourne again have the numbers. Crocker, Cordy, Allison see it over the boundary line. High ball here. Tunbridge. Higgins kicks across his body. Plenty of space out there. Lawson doesn't get the bounce. McRae in front of him. Lawson wins out. Well done from the little fellow from Wentworth. A real cult hero up here. Mitchell. Murphy in front of Schwass, who's been a good player. Love. He's got 1-2
He's
on the
going.
board.
He's off. He's off.
Kicks over the head of Ross Smith and Doolan, who's got, following on the comment of Robbo, legs of a bike rider, hasn't he?
My word, he's well put together. He's a promising type as well, just learning the trade.
Well, very similar to Lee Matthews, I guess, in football terminology. Aythorne, long shot. Nettlebeck gets the climb, doesn't get the mark, and one behind is the end result.
Is that a free kick by Nettlebeck?
Lock, who takes the mark in front of Murphy on centre wing, and he's away to Larkin.
Larkin has the footy and gives it back to Anthony Rock. Anthony Rock is playing pretty well for North Melbourne. Kick in towards the full forward area. Longmire out in front, can't mark. At the back, a chance for Allison. Deep in the pocket, on the wrong foot, but he does it, oh, nearly. But not quite enough. Ellison, and he kicks it behind. Brett Ellison, who kicked the first goal of the match, has kicked 1-1. North Melbourne 5-7, and the Swans are 5-9. The kick in, chance again here for North. Scholes kicking towards the forward pocket area, but it's a bit severe, that kick, and bounces. It's got off to a good start, kicking 4-7 in the first quarter to 3-4. North kicked the first couple of goals in this quarter to get the lead, and out of the ruck contest is a free kick going to Gallagher. And Don.
I thought rather soft.
Well, Michael Gallagher.
We'll watch it. We'll watch this. Oh, no, you could definitely see that one, yes. Well picked up by Brian Sheehan. You can see there Tunbridge grabbing the right shoulder, or the jumper, in the vicinity of the right shoulder of Gallagher, and restricting him. Well done, Brian Sheehan.
And Michael Gallagher is on the right side of the ground. He is a left footer, so the angle favours the tall man, and he kicks a behind. And as Don Scott has said, having been a very good goal kicker in his day.
Well, number one, that was an unforgivable mistake by Tunbridge. You don't do that type of thing in the forward pocket where he did it. You've got to learn to use your body better. And that was an unforgivable kick by Gallagher.
Mackesy goes to the far side. Gallagher in front. Tunbridge from behind. Tunbridge gets it and handballs it clear. Kelly, not a bad kick. Doolan slips. Sounds a bit monotonous, doesn't it? Slips, slips. They're all slipping over. McKenzie gathers 35 metres. The awkward bounce. Oh, strong in defence, Ross Smith. Handball to Schwass. Handball further. Larkin over the top. Puts his teammate under pressure. Lewis, right foot kick by that player, wide towards the wing. No mark taken. Williams held, but he didn't have it. And Greg Williams will receive the free kick.
And certainly did it well to draw the umpire's attention to the fact that he's being held.
He's very good at that. Handball away to Kelly. Kelly now steadies and kicks it to full forward. Swans, couldn't quite take the mark. Chance for Bays, lets it slip through, and eventually it's hurried up clear, and he's now penalised for not moving the ball on. 10 minutes left in the second term.
Greg Williams having a few words to the umpire subsequent to that decision. Steele's free kick. Big pack of players out there. Larkin reads the rebound well. And Carey, excellent grab close to the ground in front of Leon Higgins. Gets it moving quickly. Good tactics. Longmire, where is he? In front. Behind, though, is Allison.
Now, Dennis Carroll should have made a better effort. I watched Dennis Carroll on that occasion because Higgins was up on the mark and Ellison was running with more or less with the flight of the ball. Here as Carey kicked it. Now, Ellison's in front now. Dennis Carroll just striding behind. He could have really got with him a little earlier.
Well, he might keep the club going because only two North Melbourne players have scored goals so far. Longmire and Allison. Allison for his second, and he gets it. Melbourne 6 goals shared by only 2 players, Longmire and Allison. Back into the centre. North in front. Less than a kick in it. Gallagher and Tunbridge, won by the latter. North out of the centre through German, but only just a very high kick. McKenzie getting underneath it. Good mark. That was a tough one to take. Over to Love. And McKenzie does some good shepherding work as well. Love going maybe the long way home. Higgins nearly clashes with the other redhead in Tim McGrath. Geez, quick this fellow, and a good kick for goal on the run. That'll go pretty close. It'll be into the square. Almost a mark taken by Tunbridge. Good tackle applied by Bays. Williams over his shoulder and has registered only one behind. A good effort by Greg.
Being attended to by the doctor on the near side half-back flank for North Melbourne. That's the direction at which Brayshaw comes. No mark taken. Gallagher's there. And he's going to get away, Michael Gallagher. Oof. No. Eventually, yes, back Ramiro, who was being attended to by the doctor. The kick is an awkward one. Rock swoops on it, round onto the left side, and kicks it high, and picks out Wayne Schwass beautifully, and Schwass marks in the centre of the ground, one way and then the other. And the kick into full forward. No mark. Longmire's got a chance. Can he gather the awkward ball? Tries to crash past. Gives the handball away. Kick off the ground by Neil Cordy is out on the full, I would think, and it could be a free kick to North Melbourne. It is. And good pressure there by the North Melbourne forwards, forcing that error from the Swans defender. Peter German runs around the man on the mark and round again for North Melbourne. Mackesy goes to the far side. 2-on-1. Schwass from behind. Mark of the day so far by Wayne Schwass. It was a beauty. And no one on the mark. So he gets a couple of metres, kicks it into the pocket, and it goes out on the full. So the free kick to be taken back there for the Swans by Mackesy. Maybe just a little bit of bruise, Don, do you think? The ball swirling a bit?
Well, it is. There wasn't a good kick off the boot, but incidentally, those two boundary umpires come from Queensland, so umpires coming from all over this, Australia now.
Oh, that's interesting. Little bit of trivia there.
We've got a goal umpire from Sydney, and
good on you, Don. Up towards half forward, Fairley, and he shrugs the tackle. Pretty positive there, Ian Fairley. Left foot kick towards centre wing. No mark taken. And, oh dear, couldn't believe that one. But anyway, it's a free kick to North Melbourne to be taken by Crocker. Crocker's on centre wing. He kicks North Melbourne to within scoring distance. Carey bustling and hustling. Ball now with the Swans at half back, and eventually
on the shoulder he paid, Robbo.
Paying a free kick to the Swans.
Leon Higgins thought he might have had the mark, but he came out with the free kick. Higgins from right half-back flank. Marking contest on centre wing. That's not paid. In fact, it is out of bounds now. At her best. Mackenzie and Gallagher go at it again. Ball too wide for Larkin to gather. And again, we'll see the throw in. Mackenzie looking for front position. Gallagher takes it. Bolo's it a little bit further downfield. Aythorne, who's dished out a lot of long hand passes today. McGrath taken out of it with a good hip and shoulder. Murphy kicks to 50. Oh, McRae, gutsy effort to mark.
Too tall for Lawson.
I guess most players would be, Robbo, wouldn't they? He's the smallest player in the competition. Mackesy well up the ground, attempt to mark, not successful. Lewis off the ground to the edge of the square. Thought I heard a whistle then. Play on, Murphy, Mitchell. Up the square, yes, great grab. Big fellow ducked right back into the pack. And is only, well, right on the kickoff line. Here he is.
not an easy ball to mark, because that ball was a floater from Barry Mitchell, but what an excellent mark by Tunbridge.
And he getting his first, and again it is 1 point the difference at the SCG in a thriller. Swans have certainly provided us with some great matches this year. Invariably they are very close. And today so far at least no exception. Lewis goes hard at it. Larkin wins the footy from centre field. So important, as we had mentioned here at the SCG. And the ball over the boundary line in front of Crocker and Higgins.
Boundary throw in, ball comes down to Kelly. A quick kick in the Love direction, but he's beaten for it by Ross Smith. And Smith takes the mark just forward of centre wing. Kick in towards half forward, and the mark is spilt by Schwass. No, paid by umpire Sheehan. So Wayne Schwass has the chance to score a goal. He's about 45 metres out.
A little slow, and he had it rocked by himself, and also Matthew Larkin to his left.
He does kick the ball pretty well, Wayne Schwass, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if he gets the distance here. Lovely kick. And he's
decided to do it himself.
Very skillful player is Wayne Schwass, one of the younger brigades at North Melbourne. Kangaroos leading by 5 points close to half-time. Gallagher gets a good run at it. Ball comes to the back. Tunbridge. Good play by the big ruckman. Love kicks quickly. Is this another one? It may roll through. Look at this, will you? Who's kicked it? Jason Love.
Goals, and the Swans are back in front again by a point. And 3.5 minutes left before half-time. Great game of football so far. And again, importantly, out of the centre, Doolan, but a high kick. In fact, it won't be a mark. It couldn't be, could it? Didn't travel 10 metres. I wouldn't have thought.
No way. With 100 yards up and about 3 yards across.
Well, Gallagher was standing there hopeful, fairly, and got the order to play on. Cordy, it is, dishes out the hand pass, not to his team's advantage, really. Crocker intercepting well. Now he can kick the ball long, and he doesn't quite get the distance this time. It bounces out of bounds in front of Carey.
Yeah, that'd be a bit of a worry.
Umpire, the quieter of the two, will do it again.
Don, do you feel that Dennis Carroll has been playing in an attacking position for most of the year? Is it hard to change into a
he's a very good player. He started as a very good centre-half back. Steele gets onto it.
Kicks and goals. So Darren Steele, who started on the bench, gets his first goal today.
So back in the centre with 2 minutes left in the quarter. Michael Gallagher and Brad Tunbridge at it again. Tunbridge gets the tap out. Swans are a chance here. Aythorne, left foot kick to half forward, but Fairley, who's doing a fairly good job at centre half back. And umpire Brian Sheen perhaps being a little officious there, asking Fairley to go back and kick over the man on the mark. The kick wide to the wing, no mark. Tim McGrath, Rock rather, good play to tap it on to Crocker, and Crocker's kick, centre half forward, centering kick, disciplined play, and a great mark taken by Neil Cordy from an impossible position. Handball away to Higgins. Higgins' kick looks for Lewis. Lewis will receive the free kick. Crocker maybe a little severe in his attempts to spoil Dale Lewis. And Lewis has the free at half-back for the Swans and immediately kicks it over on the full, so the free kick will be taken for North by Darren Steele. Steele tagging Greg Williams and hasn't done too bad. Chandler being knocked out earlier. He had the job to start with. Rock comes to Lewis. Lewis's kick this time is a little better. Gets some good distance. No mark taken. Steele. Lovely hand pass. Ross Smith. North Melbourne going on with it. Scholl. Left foot kick towards to the 50-metre line. And a great mark taken by Carey. Had a bit of a run at it. Got good hands on it and brought it down and has marked 50 metres from goal.
And the doctor's gone out to Michael Martin too, so I wonder whether Michael's carrying an injury.
I think he copped one high, Don.
Tell you what, Carey's got a longer run up here than you've ever seen Merv Hughes. And that was long. He used to go back to the boundary line at the Western Oval.
Wes Hall would be proud of this one.
Wes Hall. Wayne Carey from 50 metres. Well, Schwash got the distance. Why can't Carey? It's going to drop in short. North Melbourne mark. Schwass. Speak of the devil. Props up in the goal square.
Took a good one last week against Melbourne, Wayne Schwash. He took one earlier, and this is the second quarter, and here's another big one in front of the pack. That's a confidence mark.
Schwass from only 2 metres out. He makes no mistake.
And points after they trailed by 9 points at the first change. So the very important quarter. Bays tackled well by Larkin, still got a kick in, and Tunbridge dishes out the hand pass pretty quickly to Lewis. That's a good long kick up to the forward line, a marking contest, fisted away by Crocker. McRae, who overruns the ball, lets Love in, fires out a long hand pass, gets it back to Lewis from the boundary, centering kick, and it will be fisted through by McGrath for only 1 point. To make the difference now 10 points in the square. Easy as you like, puts it through. First blood to the Swans in the second half. And you would have to say...
Come back on the ground, but gee whiz, that was terrible. Gallagher gets the tap out, finishes up with Rock. Rock's kick to half forward, and Carey marks safely on his chest, 50 metres from goal. Only 4 points the difference. North Melbourne lead. Carey's kick is a good one, straight into the goal square. No mark taken. Chance for McCarthy, was it?
Yes, just coming on the ground too.
And he kicks her behind. So John McCarthy is one definite change that North Melbourne have made. Kick in, comes to Kelly in the near side. In the back pocket. High kick looking for Doolan. Probably not a good selection there, but he took the mark beautifully. Hand pass to Bolton. This ball needs to sit for Murphy. It does. Murphy has one bounce. He's caught. Handballs away to Bolton. Bolton goes back to Carroll. Carroll's kick up into the forward pocket. Oh, not quite getting there. It was Nettlebeck. And the Swans perhaps could have made a little bit more of that. But they've got the ball in the right forward pocket. A chance, if they can kick a goal, to wrest back the lead. There goes the grunt from the fans. The boundary umpire down there. Martin tries to crash his way clear. Still Swans forwards working hard to keep it in. North Melbourne will get it out though. Chance there for McRae. His hand passes to McGrath. McGrath runs away from half back. Kicks it towards full forward. Longmire. Oh, he drops it. He should have had that, Johnny Longmire. Could have swallowed it. Higgins.
Oh,
and
a heavy
kick behind play. Bolton's going to be reported.
It's a heavy Shepherd. Darren Goldspeak, the umpire.
Well, he hasn't taken that thing out of his pocket, the little notebook yet, has he? Bolton did have a bit of a chuckle to himself, but...
No, it's just going back now.
Well, anyway, the end result is a free kick to John Longmire when the Swans were certainly going to clear the ball. So Longmire has a chance to kick his 5th goal. They lead by 5 points. They now lead by 1 goal.
He did the same thing from the same spot earlier, Robbo, didn't he?
Yes.
Vicious hook.
And they still lead by 5 points. Well,
kicked so well last week.
it really was a bad kick, wasn't it, then? To miss completely from that distance.
It was a shocker.
Well, Johnny Longmire, I think he got a little bit of coaching from Peter McKenna, didn't he, for his goal kicking? Wasn't that right?
So what does that say?
Well, I don't know whether Pete'd be watching, but maybe you better get back there, Macca. The kick in by the Swans in towards half-back. Gallagher makes good position, can't take the mark. Chance now for North to go into attack again. McCarthy puts Larkin under pressure. Swans will get out. Murphy's quick kick back into the centre. The bounce is all important. Carroll gathers it away to Mitchell. Mitchell's in the centre of the ground. Little pass is okay, and he finds McKenzie at centre-half forward. McKenzie probably too far out to score, but he's going to set sail for goal. A lovely long kick is a goal.
Is a little bit of a breeze advantage to the end that Sydney's going this quarter. This is Matthew Larkin. High kick. Carey couldn't take the mark. Good hip and shoulder by Lewis. German kicks the position well. Plenty of options down there. John Longmire in front of Bolton takes the mark, and surely from this distance and directly in front he would be able to register a goal. Coming in for kick number 7. Coleman medalist. Just failed to get the ton last year. A great era for full forwards. Longmire, of course, one of the best. And he may have just missed that one, hit the post. So Longmire still with 4 goals against his name.
4-3, Pete.
Thank you, Robbo, and it levels the scores.
A couple of other moves just picked up that Sydney have made at half-time. Carroll at centre-half forward, Bays at centre-half back, and Doolan's on the half-forward flank.
Tunbridge looking for 50 metres. Not going to get it. Lewis into midfield. Doolan the target. Couldn't take the grab that time. Steal to Martin. Martin will have to be quick. Carroll nearly had his strides off. Inside 50, a marking contest. Smith couldn't take it and gets bowled over. Longmire looks for options, looks for support, gets it through Larkin. Oh, players going every which way. The sun in their eyes again. And Scholl has taken the mark. Too far out to score possibly, but he's picked out Rock, and Rock certainly isn't. So a bad checking there by Barry Mitchell.
And that's an example of what happened at the other end of the ground when
exactly
Stevie Wright kicked the goal.
My word. And there we have 2 North Melbourne players. One there was Rock, and there was another one just to the right of Rock.
So any score by Anthony Rock will put North Melbourne in front. Hit the post again. 2 in a row. Could you believe that? And Nettlebeck's done it once for Sydney. 9-11 to 9-12. North Melbourne lead by the narrowest of margins. Under 19 minutes left in the 3rd term.
Darren Mackesy back there for the Swans to kick the ball back into play. He's got numbers on this near side, but he decides to go straight up the ground. The ball holding up a little bit. It comes through to the back. Murphy's a chance. Gathers, gets his kick away towards half forward. McGrath can't mark. McRae leaves it behind. Kick off the ground. Swans are a chance here. Nettlebeck gathers in the pocket. Tries to shrug the tackle. Gets the handball further forward. North Melbourne under pressure right up against the goal line. Brayshaw will clear, and it may go the length of the ground here because North Melbourne have got players right down that far side of the ground. The player to take the pass is Rock. Rock is on centre wing after one bounce. Gets past his opponent, handball over the top to German, and German will kick North Melbourne up into full forward. Longmire can't mark. Maybe a rebound here for the Swans. Bolton runs away, kicks it back into the centre, no one home. Awkward bounce, can they gather it? Martin's handball. Ooh. McGrath will gather it just near the umpire. He's going to get caught, but he gets the handball away. Larkin, he's kicking towards the full forward area. Longmire knocks it further afield. Murphy picks it up and kicks it back into the centre for the Swans.
Well, North Melbourne Martin again. The North Melbourne fullback, well, generally plays there. Not today, though. He's got the job on Mark Bayes. He's done pretty well. Barry Mitchell. There's a free kick. Might be going to Tunbridge. No. Play on. Carroll sets himself for the mark, shields his eyes from the sun, and takes the grab. Sydney Swan skipper, centering kick. Looking for Nettlebeck. Couldn't find him. Williams leading in the race for it. Now Steele chips in. And Williams, did he get a push in the back from Schwass? Sydney fans thought so. Shoveled out to right. Onto Nettlebeck. Good handball. Williams again. Takes it from Love. Murphy, who kicks well and long on the run. And he's got it! 9-12. Great game of football here in Sydney. Mackenzie, 25-metre hand pass up towards half forward. Well, just about to throw that one. The umpire lets it go, though, from Jason Love. Mitchell. North Melbourne player there, Scholl. Finally, it's Peter German who wins the football, and he kicks it up to Rock. A long hand pass, and here come the Kangaroos again through Larkin.
And the Swans' mistake back there at half forward may be very, very costly. Larkin's kick towards full forward. Swans have got the numbers. Neil Cordy breaks away, just gets his left foot to the ball. Maybe a bit of good fortune here. No, it rebounds. Rock pushes it forward. Longmire, sweeping hand pass. Chance for North Melbourne now. The kick is long by German, was it?
No,
it was Ross.
And Stevie Wright running in support, but Kelly decides to kick. The kick is smothered. Gathered by Cordy. Back to Kelly. Kelly's short kick. Mark is taken by Williams. Beautiful handball to Wright. You must have a runner, and Wright was good. Murphy back to Wright. Wright's short pass into the pocket. Oh, lovely. Nettlebeck. Carroll running. Pass is not bad. Carroll, no. Great play, Michael Martin. Fantastic play. North Swans still a chance. Dennis Carroll deep in the pocket. Defending grandly back there was Crocker, and he knocks it over for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the Swans. And that looked a certainty, didn't it?
It did, but also Barry Mitchell's in the square too by himself, so Nettlebeck could have gone a bit longer with that kick as well.
Chance here for Nettlebeck. Kick over his shoulder. Picked off by Martin. Martin's kick back into the centre. Awkward bounce. Grabbed by Tunbridge. Nearly shrugged the tackle. Doolan's got it. Can he get past McGrath? He can just, and gets his kick away up towards full forward. No mark taken. Now.
And capped off his good work upfield with some fine goals, including a towering mark in the goal square in the previous quarter. Rock roves it well. That's a throw.
Umpire in a great position then, Darren Goldsby.
Right, decides to go for the hand pass to Bayes. That long left footer, not as long as it generally can be, but the result's a good one for Sydney. There you go, pretty close. Mackenzie kicked one from there. Carroll, long, got the distance, not the accuracy from the skipper, and only one behind.
Well, I was a bit with you, Don. I thought he was such a good kick, Dennis Carroll, that when he got into the gap, just about wrote him down for a goal.
Under 14 minutes left. Brayshaw looking for options. Decides to go out wide. Numbers there favour North Melbourne. Scholl marks in front of Lewis on the 50-metre line.
Craig Scholl, a good player for North Melbourne this season. High kick towards the wing. Mitchell, good punch on McRae. And a boundary throw and will take place just forward of the wing in the Swans forward half. They lead 73-67. They've kicked 3 goals in this quarter to North Melbourne, who have only kicked 4 points. Williams to Aythorne. Aythorne's long kick to the goal front. The race is on now. Nettlebeck gets back, so does Brayshaw, and Brayshaw gives away a behind.
Now, why doesn't the umpire really? Everybody could see that he was holding Nettlebeck. Brayshaw, why didn't he pay the free kick?
Well, I thought he was appealing then for a jumper pulling infringement, but
it's frustrating. That's something that's really crept into the game, this holding of players. It's happening everywhere around the ground.
Short kick to the far half-back area marked by Gallagher. Gallagher plays on now, a high drop punt kick to half-back. Up over the top there, no mark taken. Aythorne's handball, pretty good. Mitchell, onto the left foot goes Barry Mitchell. Brayshaw gets back, did he touch it?
Yes.
Oh, he just must have got his hand to it. And Barry Mitchell now 1 goal, 3.
Ross Smith coming off, Jose Romero back on for North.
Under 13 minutes left in the quarter. Schwass close to the boundary line. Clean possession up towards the centre wing position. Right. Murphy, Kelly. Schwartz can't grab him. Little flick on from Mitchell. Back to Kelly.
He's out of bounds, way back.
Well, I didn't hear the whistle, and neither did they. Obviously, Kelly looks back. Oh yeah, the ball's gone. Back about 5 metres. Smith sits the bench. Boundary throw in. Well, the grunts are getting louder. McRae to Schwartz. That is out of bounds. Even I can see that.
Actually, that was a good effort by the Swans player there, Warren McKenzie, to make sure that Schwartz didn't go anywhere.
He's done well today, McKenzie. He's running in hard off the square for bounce downs in the centre.
That kick for goal was a ripper too, wasn't it? Oh, right. Good tackle by Schwartz. Back to Murphy. One of the veterans in the side, but Scholl just too tall.
He was ambitious trying to pick out Doolan.
Rebound here, look at this.
Yes, Larkin to Ramiro. Haven't seen much of him this quarter, but he's played well early. Or Higgins lets it go, or he lost sight of it. Not quite sure which. Anyway, it comes to Allison. Well, Allison taken, was it low? Ramiro shoots at goal, and he's hooked it right across and out of bounds.
Interestingly, should that have been a free kick to Brett Allison for a trip then?
I thought you were going to comment on that push by Longmire of the ball. I didn't know whether that was a throw.
Yep.
It happened pretty quickly.
Right, back to the footy. Gallagher to German. Good ruck work. Can German cap it off with a goal? Don't think it'll get the distance, and off the hands down there of Carey, and it will be another boundary throw in. Right next to the behind post this time. Golden opportunity for the Roos. Over the top, Mackenzie. Higgins. Oh, gee, is that deliberate?
Whenever you see that, you straight away look at the field umpire, don't you, to see if he's going to indicate a free kick.
You hold your breath. Another boundary throw in.
Yep. Left forward pocket for North Melbourne. High over the top, Mackesy. Can't quite get it away, though. Rock's hand pass. Scholl gets the kick away. Up towards full forward, and Longmire marks. And I tell you what, he certainly gives North Melbourne something to fire at, John Longmire, up there at full forward. He's got a very, very handy opponent in Neil Cordy, but he's given Neil Cordy the runaround this afternoon. He's had 7 shots at goal for a 4-3 result. This could be his 5th. 13. Just over 10 minutes left in the third term. That is North Melbourne's first goal for the quarter. They've kicked 1-4. The Swans have kicked 3 goals, 5. Gallagher high. Gets the tap out. Picked off by Lewis. It went nowhere. Back in towards the centre. Now the kick to half forward. Bay's high. Can't mark. Held when he didn't have it, maybe. Athorn goes to Lewis. Lewis's kick is high. Running for the football is Williams. Gets there. Looks for the free kick. Steele there for North Melbourne. Kicks it back towards half forward. Running with the flight of the ball and taking a good mark is Mark Athorn.
Williams hurt his fingers.
Yes, he's hurt his hand. You're right, Peter. You're dead on.
Fairley on centre wing. Kick, pardon me, kicks North back into attack again to the edge of the square. Gallagher, Bolton. Loose hand pass. Ball hacked out of the pack back towards centre field. Mackenzie running on it. Loses it. Good backup support, though, from David Murphy, who's kicked a couple of goals for the Swans this afternoon. Martin, get away from him. Brayshaw gives it back to him. And Michael Martin, cool as you like. Kicks from right half back. Gallagher his target. Bolton, a little bit of a nudge out there. The umpire sees nothing in it. Good shepherd then by Gallagher, who finally kicks the ball off the ground. Tunbridge lumbers after it. Carey turns on a threepenny bit for a big fellow, does it well, but he's kicked out of bounds on the full, and it will be a free kick to be taken by Neil Cordy or Mackenzie. It's going to be Cordy.
Better option there would have been to give it a big hook and whack it back into the front of the goals.
Cordy kicks long to centre wing, marking contest. North Melbourne at the base. Steele. Rock couldn't take the mark. Bolt takes the hand pass from Athorn. And the Swans will get clear. Up towards midfield. Williams, is that hand okay? For Sydney's sake, we hope it is. In trouble with that before. So the Brownlow medalist, at least 2 kicks from goal from there.
No one leading.
Directing traffic like a Sydney policeman. Nettlebeck late on the scene, but Brayshaw should be able to tidy this up. Mitchell's got better speed, though. The boundary line beats both of them, does it? Yes, in front of Jose Ramiro. And it will be thrown in 60 metres from Mackenzie. One by Mackenzie. Tried to find Mitchell. McRae's in the row. Back it comes to Ramiro. Almost a spiral punt kick. Gallagher should take the mark.
Plenty this year. Been a good player for them. Kelly can't get past Larkin. Free kick before that. And it's going to the North Melbourne ruckman, Michael Gallagher. Larkin just picking himself up off the ground. And Gallagher is just behind the wing. No one on the mark, so he's going to get 10 metres for nothing. Kick towards centre forward. No one home for North Melbourne. Bolton could have nearly been paid that. It's Mackesy, rather. He's still underneath it. Chance there. Mad scramble at centre half forward for North Melbourne. And the umpire's forced to bounce. Anthony Rock there. And he really does look like a Freddie Flintstone type, doesn't he? Appropriate name, I suppose. Gallagher's tap out good. Overrunning it there, Lewis. Kick by Steele. Full forward area. Longmire in front, Cordy. Still a scramble. Ramiro. Shot by Ramiro's an absolute.
Just some inaccuracy earlier. North Melbourne's 11th, and the Roos lead by 4 points. 6.5 minutes left in the term. Sydney with this slight breeze in this quarter. Tunbridge to Kelly. Martin kicks from a standing start, close to the centre circle, up towards half forward, and Carey doesn't let him down. Schwass, a backhander. Carey again. Right tries a hip and shoulder. Carey once more. Right picks up the loose crumbs after the tackle came from Bays. Kicks into space at half forward, and Mitchell.
Was that 50?
Gee, close maybe? No. Barry Mitchell too far out to score. Well, then Mackenzie kicked one from there, didn't he?
Yes, I don't think Barry Mitchell could kick quite as far as Mackenzie. Pass is good.
Maybe he realises that, and he's found Jason Love.
Well, he waited, didn't he, Barry? He waited until the option presented itself. Nettelbeck and Love were making false leads further down the ground. All of a sudden, the hole appeared. Love went into it, and he was spotted by Mitchell.
Jason Love, who today has kicked 2 goals.
And has done well, too.
35 to 40 metres out he will be when he kicks, so distance shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be. Oh, almost a Sydney mark, but off the hands and through for one behind. And that was a pretty poor kick, I guess. North Melbourne's last goal onto Ian Fairley, who's been pretty solid down there this afternoon, and that's a courageous mark. I think it's McRae, it is. McRae on right centre wing. Cordy's hand got there, and the ball gets to the boundary line in front of John Longmire. He was having plenty to say.
He's saying something to John McCarthy. McCarthy at half forward.
Boundary throw in to follow. Gallagher and Tunbridge, the 2 talls. Aythorne has to beat 2, scoops it in front of him. That was well played to keep it away from Rock and Scholl. The boundary line a little bit too close. And Scholl finally gets the hand pass intended for Peter German. Onto Ramiro. Not a good hand pass to Steele, though. Still gets his kick in front of Mitchell. Carey. Onto the left foot. Longmire. A chance. Oh, good shepherd down there. The ball. Oh, Mackesy went to kick the ball out of bounds. Longmire gets the rebound.
Oh, no.
Can't take it. Higgins does well for the Swans.
Oh, you can't believe this.
Good smother by McCarthy.
Incredible, wasn't it?
Off legs, hands,
Unbelievable,
anything at all.
The rebounds.
I think they were aiming for one another.
Oh, it looked like we were at the Kingdome there for the basketball. There were that many rebounds as Lawson prepares to come back.
And North Melbourne probably a chance here. They've been persistent. Oh, poor kick in the finish there by Tim McGrath. Out of bounds on the full.
And Lawson coming on, going to the forward pocket. Replacing Wright.
So the free kick to be taken on that half-back line by Leon Higgins. At the moment, North Melbourne lead by 3 points, 79 to 76. 3 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. So it's going to be an interesting last term here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Higgins plays onto that left foot, kicks it in towards the centre. Mackesy interferes with his opponent. And a very, very poor effort there. The free kick to be taken by McCarthy. McCarthy kicks ordinarily. Bolton, good mark. Excellent mark under pressure at centre half back. If he'd have missed that, North were away.
He's the only one who kept his eye on the ball.
Kick is wide, looking out there for Mitchell. And Mitchell marks in front of Scholl. He's got Lewis running. But Rock is onto that. Mitchell now being asked to play on. And he can't get around. Yes, he can. Left foot kick by that player. Up towards half forward. Carroll in front, can't mark. Lewis swoops on the loose ball. Away to Love. Love's kick into the front of the goals. It absolutely clean bowls. The big fellow there in Tunbridge goes back to centre half back, and Martin marks, and North may get the rebound. The kick is too far, and it bounces beautifully for Scholl. It was a little out in front. Scholl's pass is okay. He's something coming up. Allison into an open goal. Kicks.
Get back on top, 85, plays 76. They led by 11 points at half-time. Williams out of the centre, tackled by Rock, ineffective. Mitchell runs onto it well in front of Gallagher. A high kick to half-forward. Nettlebeck at the back. Crocker in front, can't take the mark. Mackenzie, snapshot, hit the post.
Oh, well, justice there, because what...
You can see they're right on the boundary line and these wide wings at the SCG. Kicks to centre field. Bolton, well done, gets in front. Appeared to have his number taken after an exchange earlier. Huge pack of players knocked away by Crocker, in turn by Schwass, and that will succeed in getting over the boundary line with just over a minute left in the third quarter.
David Bolton is a very good footballer as far as skill goes. He can kick equally as well with either left or right foot, and that's a real asset.
Fairley and Mackenzie, Mitchell, Lawson, Murphy over the boundary line again on the full this time. And it's going to be a North Melbourne ball to be taken by Wayne Schwass.
That was only centimetres in that.
Less, I think.
Crowd don't like it.
They wanted the umpire to throw it in.
Kicks well to Rock. And Rock short of left centre wing. Clock ticking down, maybe just time for North Melbourne to get a score. Kick number 11 for the Little Rover. Mitchell takes the rebound well. Thought about giving it to Bayes, then comes back for his kick. Kicks to right half forward. Steele it was. Fairley, good tackle applied by the Brownlow medalist. Away goes McRae. That was, of course, Williams. Plenty of space now at midfield. Scholl. Larkin, danger here for Sydney. Larkin could just about goal. 45 out. Good shot. And
now,
just
look at, yes, it's about time he picked that up. Cordy had the jumper of Longmire.
Brian Sheehan.
Oh, it's about time that happened. I wish the umpires had picked that a lot more, because a lot of it goes on.
And Longmire, will he have a shot? Banana kick. Yeah, he's running around. And has he kicked the goal? Yes, he has. Right on the siren. John Long by 14 points in their battle to consolidate their position in the top six. Gallagher taps down. Steele. A short kick up towards half forward. If there's any wind advantage, North Melbourne will have it in this quarter. Ramiro dispossessed. Allison doing battle with Bolton.
Good effort by David Bolton on that occasion. Also a good effort by Gallagher in the centre, because they really had to get the ball going there, and that's really his first clean hit out of the game.
Right forward pocket for North Melbourne. Gallagher again, but he hits it straight to Dennis Carroll, who tries the spiral punt. It comes off well. Mitchell, Murphy onto Aythorne. Goes close to the boundary line and finds Nettlebeck, who marks in front of Brayshaw. Long way out from goal. Too far to score. Oh yes, good mark. Crocker. And you're going to play in front.
That was a
German.
Used his body well, didn't he?
My word.
Scholl running down well. North utility player.
Oh, strong mark
Yes,
again.
good mark taken by McCarthy.
I don't think Dennis Carroll likes to play in defence. He just hasn't had that same determination today.
Here it is, McCarthy.
Knee very heavily bandaged, isn't it?
Longmire had words to him earlier in the third quarter.
Spent a bit of time on the bench today. Ward's coming around nicely, and he gets the goal.
It's an important one for North Melbourne to give. And North Melbourne score the first goal. Very importantly, they lead by 20 points. Tunbridge gets the tap out. McGrath can't get through. Larkin tries to get a kick away. Mackenzie gets the handball. Gallagher's tap on. Higgins, no, lets it go. Carey, left foot kick inside 50 metres. North Melbourne a chance once again. Larkin to swoop on the football. Productive hand pass. Schwass, short pass, and it's effective. Rock is marked within scoring distance for North Melbourne.
A lot of team-orientated things on that occasion. It was Longmire who was shepherding McCordy out, which allowed Larkin to go in and get that ball with nobody running at him. Then he was able to spot him. And good team play by Longmire.
Rock from 40 metres. We'll need a 50-metre kick. He's got the distance and he's got the accuracy. 13 to 10-17.
Another change has been made. Scholl is now being picked up by Dennis Carroll on the half-back line.
Bounces awkward. Williams gets the kick away up towards half-forward. Love, not bad. Comes back to Lawson. Hand pass, pretty good. Murphy goes on to Kelly. Kelly outside 50. Kicks it to the front of the goals. No mark taken. Chance for Love. What's he done this time? Hit the post again. Jason Love, 2 goals, 3. North Melbourne by 25 points.
Dale Lewis has gone into the back pocket on John McCarthy.
Larkin. North Melbourne, to me, just looking a little fresher than the Sydney Swans at the moment. German on centre wing. Certainly they've got more at stake. Craig Scholl, centering kick. Oh, yes, good mark. McCarthy, who's kicked 1 goal so far, coming into his own, and that's good news for North Melbourne.
This is where they fall down a little bit, isn't it, Sydney? They just haven't got those mobile big men that you really do need. You've got Dale Lewis, who is a winger, half-forward ruck rover, playing on McCarthy.
And McCarthy from 45 metres has hooked it slightly, it would appear, 1 behind. The result? So just under 21 minutes left in the match. Plenty of time for Sydney to get up. A little bit cool on the boundary line at the moment. Mackenzie and Wright itching to get out there, perhaps.
What's that, timeout?
I think that's a Mats Willander, isn't it? He used to do that at the tennis court, didn't he, Pete?
Looked like a commercial break to me. Maybe they'd like the timeout anyway. Good mark taken by Carey.
And the aerialists really coming into it now, McCarthy and Carey.
He's kicked into the pocket. Longmire leads there. Longmire's kicked 6 goals so far. It's all North Melbourne early in the final
And the
quarter.
Swans look a little dispirited,
They do, don't they? Dispirited, tired, call it what you will.
Their backside's on the ground.
You always look like that when you're running second. North Melbourne. It's a good shot. It's an indication of the angle that Longmire has got to negate. What a shot.
Well, whatever he had to do with it, Donny didn't get it.
It's a good camera shot, wasn't it? You could actually follow the ball in flight.
And what are you laughing at, Peter?
The guy in the crowd who kicked it. Dear. Tunbridge at the right back pocket.
I was just thinking, wouldn't it be interesting having a camera on the ball? Just watching that fly through.
Ball cam, Don. You better take it over, Robbo. Just take it.
In towards centre half back. There's a push out. No, it's a free. It's a mark. Kick across centre half forward. Another mark to North Melbourne. German. That kick has gone a little too far for Anthony Rock. He's going to be caught. Higgins pulls him off the ball. Play goes on. Darren Goldspink. I don't think he'll be too popular there. Bolton's kick towards the wing. Nettlebeck can't mark. The ball at the back. And we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing. Swans need a lift from Greg Williams, Barry Mitchell, players around the ball if they're to make up the difference at the moment, which is 26 points in favour of North Melbourne. Still plenty of time left, under 20 minutes. McKenzie over the top, German. Steele, kick to centre half forward. Bolton leaves it. He's going to tackle Rock, gets the handball away. Little bit of misunderstanding. Bayes is beaten for it, goes after it again. Rock from centre half forward, kick towards the centre half forward position proper, and it's marked by Matthew Larkin.
Some unsure ball handling by Mark Bayes.
Doesn't look
North
fit.
Melbourne in.
Doesn't look fit, Bayes, I don't think. He came off the ground with plenty of time left last week with a hip injury. Larkin from 25 metres, and he kicks it straight over the goal umpire.
Convincing winners, a new ball being taken. And after that one was kicked right up to the hill and perhaps beyond. Tunbridge against Gallagher. Schwass. Williams can't pick it up. Aythorne, a chance, fumbles. Tunbridge, or bad hand pass intended for Mitchell. There is a whistle. North Melbourne free kick. Oh, it's coming back. Going to be taken by Gallagher. Advantage rule not played there. Kicks from just on the edge of the square. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick. Bolton in the middle of a big pack. Larkin goes for the hand pass. Kelly. Oh, Rock's got plenty of pace, hasn't he? Oh, Larkin. Rock hurt. Traps the ball nicely on centre wing. Rock still down.
He's not too
prostrate. And a chance for Higgins to Carroll. Dennis Carroll from his own defensive 50-metre line, and in fact beyond when he kicked the ball.
He's in a lot of trouble over there, Anthony Rock.
Lawson, McGrath, good tackle on the shoulder.
Advantage.
Bolton kicks in short. Nettlebeck marks in front of Brayshaw, 45 metres out.
Dale Lewis coming off for Sydney. Mackesy coming back on. Rock's on his feet too.
He copped a heavy one. I'm not quite sure where, but he looks in a lot of pain.
Doctor running out to him.
The groin area, I think.
Nettlebeck, for his second goal, hit the post on one other occasion. And he might have missed that too. He has. So that's just what Sydney did not need. It's a bad miss, isn't it? 10-19. Well, you mentioned their inaccuracy earlier. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it's the incident.
I think in the back.
Kidneys, yeah.
Brayshaw to kick in. He'll go to the outer side. McRae got a hand to it. Crocker. McGrath. Ball will bounce kindly for him. To McGrath. Now left half forward flank. Not too many players chasing him. 20-metre hand pass. Good tackle applied by Bolton on Rock. Back to McGrath. In front of Aythorne. Hooks the ball high. Still in play. Longmire has to punch the ball down. And it almost ricocheted off the shin of Carey. Just landed, did ricochet off, but didn't go out of bounds on the full. So boundary throw in. Only 15 metres from goal. Tunbridge taps down. Ramiro. Gallagher flips it over the top. And again the ball will be out of bounds. No, it won't. Stevie Wright has managed to keep it in play. Has had a couple of stints on the bench this afternoon, but right now goes for the boundary line and succeeds in getting it there.
About 50 metres out from the North Melbourne goal on the opposite side of the ground, the near side here, at in front of the Brawongle stand, and the fans still giving that boundary umpire plenty of curry. Stevie Wright goes away to Higgins. Higgins kick towards the wing. Lawson's a chance to run onto this. He's got pace to burn. Kick across his body is not bad. Beautiful kick. Carroll's kick in towards the centre. They need to get this possession very, very importantly. Mitchell pulled off the ball. No, he's still got it. Underneath. And somehow he gets out of trouble. Mitchell kicking towards half forward. Carroll goes to Love. Love into an open goal. And he's kicked the goal. Leading by 25 points. Important centre bounce here. Steele. Long kick towards full forward. No mark taken. Chance for Longmire. Hand passes away. McCarthy's in there. Longmire again. Longmire snapshot misses by a long way. And it's a free kick in the back pocket for the Swans. It'll be taken back there by Leon Higgins. Just under 15 minutes left in the game. And the Swans, well, I suppose there's still a chance, Pete, do you think, to win the game? 25 points down. They're making a change, North Melbourne. McGrath coming off and Ross Smith coming back onto the ground. Higgins with no one to kick it to, indicating that he wants players to run close to the boundary line. You trail by 25 points, I'd be getting on with it. Higgins high kick towards the wing, no mark taken. Williams on the bottom of it, shuffles it out to Stevie Wright. Back in turn to Aythorne, in turn to Bays. Bays from a standing start, kicks it towards half forward. Nettlebeck got the football. Lewis, little kick off the ground. Lawson, away he goes with the pace. Left foot kick to full forward. Okay, Marcus taken by West. He plays on, kicks to the front of the goals. Dennis Carroll getting back, can't quite take the mark. Scholl there for North Melbourne. Carroll's got him. The hand pass goes back towards half forward. Love has the football. Lawson beaten for it. Now away goes Larkin and North Melbourne out of trouble.
German on centre wing. Back to Larkin. So maybe they're not quite out of trouble yet. Smith couldn't take the hand pass. But just getting back to Lawson, Don, his last 2 kicks have been very, very productive, haven't they?
My word, and also that tackle. He used his tackle, his speed there to lay that tackle. It's a good effort. And the little fellow can get a little stronger. He'll be a good player.
Very crowded around the boundary throw-in. I don't think anybody's going anywhere. Yes, they are. Free kick, holding the ball.
Yes, he hooked it back in, and you're always a danger when you hook it back in underneath.
Barry Mitchell to take the free kick. Swans mark taken by Lewis. He looks pretty tired, I must admit.
Yes, Dale Lewis has got to learn a little bit more about this caper. He's got all the ability in the world, but just when the Swans haven't got the ball, he just doesn't quite do enough.
Interesting comment. Had 16 kicks. He's had a stint on the bench. Maybe when he was there, Cole Kinnear might have mentioned just about
that's why he goes to the bench, yeah. Peter, I'm sure.
Lewis kicks at goal. And what's he done with that? Have to wait on the goal umpire. He says 1 behind. So a point to Sydney. 12.5 minutes left in the contest. 11-20. So 31 effective scoring shots to 30. And the Swans still more than 4 goals behind. Brayshaw kicks in, goes to the outer side. He's done a good job in defence today. Finds the running Peter German in front of Aythorne. Tried for McRae, didn't get him. Good tackle by Mitchell, and the ball spills free. It goes to Smith. Schwass takes the hand pass from German. Kicks to the 50-metre line. Oh, good hand pass. The Roos on the way. Allison gives it over to Carey. Well, McCarthy, and he's kicked the goal. He's got his second. So that could be just about shut the gate. The difference now.
It's further down the ground. It's a good effort from the little fellow. Ellison, not selfish.
Gets around and gets the right foot to the ball, kicks it towards a half-forward position, bounces awkward. Not too awkward for Darren Crocker. He leaves the ball behind in the finish. Now Ross Smith gets his left foot to it, kicks it out towards the wing. Doolan and Larkin, not Doolan, Kelly rather, and he flips it back to the advantage of Stevie Wright. Round onto the left foot goes Wright, kick in towards the centre, and the mark is taken by Tunbridge. He confidently plays on, kicks it wide, too wide. There's no one there for the Swans. 3 North Melbourne defenders. Crocker has it. High left foot kick by Darren Crocker. Oh, look at that, Carey. Magnificent mark by Wayne Carey. And I'm sure that's music or a good sight for North Melbourne fans coming into the finals. Longmire marks right in front of goal. He's 55 metres out. Long kick by Longmire, and it's out on the full in the right forward pocket.
Now McCarthy was leading to the left forward pocket, and Longmire put it to the right.
It was a long kick though, must have got at least 60 metres. Nettlebeck, oh, bad hand pass. Brayshaw takes it and then loses it. So Sydney in a bit of trouble now. Longmire with the centering kick, and David Bolton takes a very good mark in front of Jose Ramiro. Over the head of Aythorne, Gallagher. Nice sidestep by the big fellow. Kicks from 45 and has missed, registering 1 behind. So a further point to the Roos. They're 15th behind, 17-15 now to 11-20. Darren Mackenzie. Swans have the numbers at the fall of the ball, but Scholl has the ball. Craig Scholl over David Murphy.
McKenzie coming on. As Tunbridge has gone off for Sydney.
Kick number 17 for Scholl. A torpedo punt into the goal square. Mackenzie was the flyer. Could have, maybe should have taken the mark. Anyway, we'll do the tidying up work here. Allison nearly catches him, and Williams just drags it in. He's been a little bit quiet, Greg Williams, in the last term and a bit. Let's hope that his hand is okay. He seemed to have got a knock on it. This is right. Now, there was a free kick paid. It's going to Barry Mitchell. Mitchell from short of right centre wing. Kicks to midfield, and Scholl too tall. Yeah. Well, he played on. Good grab by Dennis Carroll.
50 metres.
He's got 50 metres. Well, did he play on or did he not?
Scholl not realising he's got 50 metres, going back for his kick.
What's your version of that, Don?
Well, I thought he was gone, actually, but then again, you can't come from behind.
He obviously hadn't called play on.
Darren Goldsbink indicating where the new mark is.
Not a long 50 metres, or...
No,
I think that's quite 50 metres. No,
I'm with you, Don, there.
Shaw kicks from just inside 50 and drifting away to the near side for one behind. And he's not too happy with that. 9 minutes left in the contest. 17-16 to 11-20. She's pretty happy. Mackesy to kick in again.
Darren Mackesy looking for a loose player to kick to. He's going to the far side, and it goes well outside 50 metres, and a great mark taken at the back by McRae for North Melbourne. He'll pump North Melbourne back to within scoring distance. Short pass, and it's good. Longmire, good lead by Johnny Longmire, straight up the ground, and an excellent pass by Dean McRae. So Longmire, who's kicked 6 to take his year tally to 83, chance to kick his 84th goal for the season. Shouldn't have any trouble with the distance, and the accuracy looks pretty good from here.
back to full back, and now Cordy at centre half back on Carey.
There'd be some cumulative years in North Melbourne support down there on the boundary line, Pete, would you reckon?
Given good support to the club, I dare say, over many years, Robert. They look a pretty happy bunch at the moment. Gallagher hits down. Ramiro. Knock away by Higgins. Mackesy. Martin, good grab. Not played at fullback today. Brayshaw has done that task and done it fairly well. That's a good mark.
Finding touch.
Here, Larkin has a ping at the goals, and judging by the crowd reaction and the goal umpire, yes, he's got it. And Matthew Larkin getting his second, and like in their earlier contests at the MCG on Anzac Day, North Melbourne coming right away in the final quarter.
Well, here's Carey getting a little bit of touch, a little bit of a nudge out. He's taken 2 good marks. Now this man who's got the ball, Matthew Larkin, when he does get it, it finds its mark. He's a very precise footballer, Matthew Larkin. That's his second goal.
So the signs were there, perhaps late in the third quarter, North finishing the better, and they certainly are in the final quarter. Still 7 3/4 minutes to go in the match. McKenzie having a stint on the ball. Gallagher too tall. Ramiro again kicks it out of the centre to half forward.
Yes, it's becoming a little monotonous, isn't it? North Melbourne just taking it away from the centre and putting pressure on the Swans' defence. Mackesy kicks it back towards the centre, but too tall is Martin, and that's probably the difference. They've had the markers up on the forward line in Carey and McCarthy and Longmire. And
I think they've got Dale Lewis at centre half forward now, the Swans.
And they do look a bit of a rabble. The kick back by Larkin to within 40 metres. Bolton, who hasn't given up at all. Allison leads in the race for the ball. Tries to get around on the right foot. Did he throw that back into play? No. German's kick has been marked by Bolton. Bolton looking to play on. He's kicked it in the direction of Williams. Over the top, Steele, who's done a fairly good job for his team in curbing the effectiveness of Greg Williams, and a boundary throw-in will take place. Chandler, who was knocked out very early in the game, started on Williams, but Steele, forced into that position, has been very, very disciplined. Chance for the Swans to get clear. Bays, kick in towards the centre. Lawson, handball away. Carroll. Swans mark to Nettlebeck, 50 metres from goal. Players running everywhere back in the goal square. Short passes on, and Lover's marked. The angle probably worsened a little, but he's just that little bit closer to goal. So certainly Jason Love a chance to get his 4th goal. 6 minutes left in the contest. Jim West doing the leading, but Jason Love concentrating on the goal. Gets pretty close to the man on the mark, and the kick will land in the square, and it's a goal kick.
And Sydney's 12th, they still trail 92 to 130. Under 6 minutes left in this match, which will go down as a North Melbourne win. Good bounce by umpire Brian Sheehan. Mitchell to half forward. West tried to give it to Williams. Not a good tap on. Second attempt. Well, he sold Williams into trouble. West again. So the Swans finally through Kelly. And it is one behind. And it would have been just scraping in for that. So one further point, 12-21. Inaccuracy, well, we often say bad kicking is bad football, but I think they've been under pressure, the Sydney forwards, for most of the afternoon. And a lot of those behinds accountable. Now there's a free kick going to West.
Gee, the urgency has just gone right out of the game, hasn't it?
The sting.
Yeah.
Too far out to score.
When you are aware that you're going to lose the game, there's not much you can do. Really, what would you do, Don, if you were down there in a Swans
Well, I
jumper?
think all that, well, I mean, you'd try, wouldn't you, naturally enough. But what they've done off the bench is try to swing players everywhere. They've got Carroll on a wing now. I mentioned about Lewis at centre-half forward. So they're trying things off the ground, but the players just not responding.
Williams from the knockout from Fairley to Mitchell.
Now look at the holding here now. Is there a free kick?
Brayshaw and Nettlebeck. Oh, Lawson, look at him get clear. He kicks the ball well. He doesn't quite get a score there. I think it hit the behind post. We just touched on the way out, so it will be a throw in right next to the point post. Sydney's left forward pocket. Fairley wins it again. Martin over the head of Mackenzie. Was he being held?
Yeah, he was being held.
Higgins gets pretty solidly met. Gallagher, good tap onto Scholl, good shepherd from Ramiro. Scholl looking for someone running down midfield, and he's got Wayne Schwass, who's kicked a couple of goals and been a good player. Rock seems to have recovered from that heavy knock he got earlier. Anthony Rock kicks to half forward, and Jose Ramiro marking in front of Bolton. Short to right half forward flank, and Larkin, and he has a ping at the goals, and maybe Don could have done a bit better with that.
Well, that was a bit sloppy, wasn't it, for a captain?
I just gave him a rap earlier because he never wastes the ball.
You have to say on that occasion he did. So a free kick to Sydney, to be taken presumably by Darren Mackesy. McCarthy in the foreground, is left in the last quarter.
Kick goes towards half-back, holds up a little bit. Gallagher does pretty well, could have nearly been paid the mark. Carey kicks Slews off the side of his boot. It's going to be gathered at half-back by Kelly. He's got run and support from Dennis Carroll, and the pass nearly was spot on to Nettlebeck. Bit of a mess up there between him and Mitchell. Nettlebeck still goes after it, but he's being penalised for not moving the ball on, and really there was no talk there between the Swans. North Melbourne get out of trouble. The pass finds Wayne Schwass on centre wing. A high kick by that player to half forward. Marking contest at the back. Carey high. Williams handball back to no one in particular. Rock is there for North. That kick is all right. It finds Ramiro. Ramiro unselfishly goes to Larkin. Larkin into an open goal. He doesn't miss that one.
On that, okay. Oh, the umpires picked it out.
Crocker. Smith. Oh, he doesn't get around Lawson. Right at the back of McRae. Kelly. And the player going past was Ramiro. He thought about the hand pass. Then goes on to Lawson, who runs into Crocker. Ramiro has it socket away from him by Kelly, and it's out of bounds 50 metres from the goal. Sydney's forward line. Ramiro trots back. So North Melbourne keeping their options open for the fight with the 6. Old habits die hard. Schwass goes for the hand pass. Coming away as Rock. Long kick to half forward. Higgins. Back to Cordy, who's had the job on John Longmire today. To Dennis Carroll on centre wing. Carroll, player running past. He sees him in Mackenzie. He kicked a magnificent goal in the third quarter from a long way out, travelled at least 60 metres. Barry Mitchell, and his snapshot at goal has squeezed in for full points.
He's got quite a few possessions, but he struggled along with a lot of his teammates. Here's one who's done reasonably well, David Murphy. Long kick in towards the forward pocket area, and the mark is taken by West. Angle very difficult here for Jim West. Just half a minute left in the game.
Well, he's looking
Short
for
pass. Aythorne into an open goal goes Mark Aythorne and misses. He's kicked 2 behinds. So the clock ticking down. North Melbourne will win the game comfortably. Mark Brayshaw thing that's amazed me about North Melbourne, Brayshaw kicking in consistently has found a player on his own. There's always been someone able to make a position to take the kick in. There's been a lot of them, 22.
The same hasn't happened for Sydney, Robbo,
Exactly.
has it?
So somewhere along the line, here's another one. And it's just happened all day long. Ross Smith on this occasion kicks it out to the wing, and all of a sudden they're under a little bit of pressure. Free kick out here to Crocker against Lewis. Crocker gets back quickly, kicks it towards the wing, and it's punched away there by Dennis Carroll from Jose Ramiro. And the siren will sound right about, well, it's not going to. Boundary throw in. There's the siren. Game is all over. And North Melbourne win by exactly 6 goals. 20-16, 136. Sydney 13-22, 100.
So after a slow start, North Melbourne winning the final 3 quarters, and in the last term they kicked 7-3 to 3-4 and ran out winners by 36 points. John Longmire finishing up with 7 goals, but he had plenty of support too up forward. Allison got 3. McCarthy got 2 goals. Carey played a good game up there. Didn't score a goal. Larkin got 3 and Schwass 2. They were their major contributors. And for Sydney, Jason Love with